All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Dom and God Sports Talk, the show we not only talk about everything Baltimore Ravens, but around the NFL. And tonight, we are bringing you some post-game coverage from the Ravens' loss to the Lions at home on Monday Night Football. What was it, 38-30? I believe that's the final score. And where the Lions I think the score was not indicative of how the game went. I mean, the Ravens got a last-minute touchdown to make it 30-38. But, of course, they went for two and didn't get it. Big surprise. But, yeah, this game was won and dominated in the fourth quarter by the Lions big time when they pulled away and got it done. Shout out to them. They played a very good game on both sides of the ball. I know they gave up a lot of points to us, but, again, stats don't show the story. But anyway, yeah, we're here to break it down. Lots and lots to talk about, and a lot of things to get into. Dom, you look really, really, really upset. How are we doing tonight?
This team sucks, man. I'm sorry. This team is not
already.
This team isn't good, man. I'm sorry. I have to be the one to say it, but somebody's got to light a spark in them because this is absolutely it's getting to a point. It's not getting to a point. It's gotten to a point. This is. You know what? Let's just get into it because I'm off this team, man.
I mean,
I'm done.
Lots of
I'm done.
A bunch, and I know, guys, it's only September and it's week 3, but a lot of concerning trends coming up with both sides of the ball and the coaching staff. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll just dive into it. I mean,
shout out Eddie. Thanks, Eddie, for joining the chat. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming through. Where do we start? I mean, here's some stats. I'm pulling it up. I mean, looks like, all right, we've got some Ravens offensive stats here. I mean, if you look at these numbers, honestly, from Lamar Jackson, you would have thought this was another stellar performance, just, a Monday night classic, because you know how he plays on Monday night. It's been great the past few years. I mean, 21 for 27, 288, 3 scores, and no picks for a 148 rating. Holy crap. Those are some pretty sexy-looking stats. But, folks, I was at the game. It was not pretty for this offense. I know we scored 30, but there were a lot of issues. There was, overall, offensively, there just didn't seem to have any rhythm present in any of their drives. It looked like they were just barely getting by to move the ball. And, I think their first drive of the night where they went down and capped it off with the Henry touchdown and make it 7-7. That was a pretty good drive. But after that, Detroit cranked up the pressure and the Ravens were just not able to sustain any sort of rhythm. And it was tough. Those yards that they have were tough yards because, boy, those linemen were swarming Lamar. Looking at some more stats. Derrick Henry, another. And what sucked, he had a great start to this game. He had 8 carries for 41 yards to start the game, and we're rolling. And a touchdown. But then, look, as you see the final stats, 12 for 50. It's this running game. I was expecting it to be better, and it just wasn't. I mean, credit to the Lions, again, for being prepared to stop the run, but this O-line has got some major concerns, it's looking like, especially in the interior line. And it's more than just a Daniel Falele problem. You can't just keep ripping him. It was a really interesting game from Todd Monken in the worst way. Hot take from me, this is one of Monken's worst games that I've seen in recent years. This was an atrocious game. I mean, you come out and you run the ball and you're doing fine, you're balanced, and the Ravens score a touchdown. One whoop-de-doo. And then you slowly go away from the run to where you're just drop back passing every play. I understand maybe why he did that, because they don't trust the interior of the line to hold up and run blocking, but they were getting it done decently in the first half, I thought. I mean, Henry was getting maybe 3-4 yards a carry at the beginning. I mean, he's like I said, 8 for 41. That's 5 point something yards carry. That's pretty good, right? So why are we getting away from that? I just don't know. And then not a single inside run at the end of the game. None. Every Henry touch at the end of the game in the second half were on toss plays that went for no gain and resulted in fumbles. That's a whole nother issue. We're going to talk about fumbles in a little bit, but there was not really too much good to take away from this. And then my last thoughts before I hear Dom. Mark Andrews, he had a nice bounce-back game. He had 2 touchdowns, 6 catches, 91 yards. One of them was a garbage time one, but he had a really nice one to put us up 21-14. Bateman, 5 for 63, a touchdown. Very nice game from him. He caught a lot of passes that were thrown to him. No drops. So good job, Bateman. But I don't know. What was the final thing? Oh, when they got away from the run game and they started to just pass, the Lions D-line were just cranked up, and they were containing Jackson. And it looked like every time that Lamar took the snap, he wasn't looking to throw it. He was looking to run around and buy time and try to – I don't know what he was doing. And surrendering 7 sacks, that's not good, but I feel like a lot of them, some of them were on him too. So as bad as the O-line played, some of the sacks were on Lamar. It was tough, bro. It was really, really tough. And I don't know, man, this O-line, it looked like the last point I was going to make with the sort of getting away from the inside runs, they don't look like they trust their interior line. Not calling a single inside run looks like you don't trust them to get it done in the blocking. I mean, and then they ran quarterback draws and the linemen were tackling. Oh, my God. I don't know. It's like they gave up on the interior run game. I don't know. I don't know. And if you don't trust your line, that's a problem. We're in week 3 now. This is not preseason. This is not week 1. This is now game 3. You need to get your crap figured out on the O-line. If you need to make adjustments to it, you should have been done that. But there's just so much to unpack. But anyway, I'm sorry for rambling on. Dom, what did you see from the offense?
Just poor execution late in the game, man. That's what it is. Like, you look at Lamar's stats, you see he only missed 6 passes today. Pretty good ball placement for majority of the game. But like you said, and I have to agree with you, a lot of the sacks he took, I mean, he just does not throw the ball away. I mean, when he doesn't see anything, he doesn't throw the ball away. Like my brother in Christ, you got the best play sometimes is to throw the ball away. If you don't see anything, live to play another down. And he just doesn't do that. Like, he holds on to the ball too long and he takes those kind of sacks. And that's where most of that 7 came from. It was just that he was not throwing the ball away, trying to get a first down. And I can respect that because he's done it plenty of times. But this team defensively was not giving up much, on those, like on his run plays. Like you said, he was bottled up for a good majority of this game. He had 7 for 35. I mean, he had 5 yards per carry, which isn't terrible, which is pretty good. But still, if you watch the game, you know that he was bottled up for a decent part of that game.
Especially in the second half.
Especially in that second half. It was just not good in the run game. And the offensive line is just inexcusable for how they played, especially in the run department. I mean, like, Henry could get nothing going on the ground at all. Pass protection was iffy, especially in that second half.
I didn't like it.
It wasn't good. Like, the trenches on the offensive side of the ball on our part just wasn't good. It was not good enough. Not against this Lions team, who many see as a contender. It was not good enough. I mean, Andrews finally has a good game after 2 weeks of not really being targeted like that. We get him 6 for 91. We get Bateman 5 for 63, 2 good talents who had good games. But again, this is just another example of good, decent games being wasted because we can't execute in the second half of games. This is another example. Like, how many times do we have to play? Like, how many times do we have to read the same story? It's not fun. Like, I put this book down already. Like, I've already read this chapter. Like, how many times do I have to keep opening the book and reading the chapter? Like, it's annoying. It's highly annoying. It's highly frustrating. Like, you look at this game, like you said, you would think that Lamar had a great day. He did have a good day offensively for the most part. It was rough, but he still tried to hold it together. But, man, like this right now, man, it's just you got to, like, look at the trenches and you have to look at the play calling in the second half. Because it's some of those things are just questionable, especially that one of those goal line plays where they try to get Derrick Henry to throw the ball in the end zone and it almost gets picked off in the end zone. Like what red zone plays? Who's calling the red zone? Monken? Like, what are we doing? Like, what is Henry doing? Like, why are you still throwing that? Like, I would rather you just take the loss than put the ball or just put the possession in jeopardy. Like, what are we doing, man? It's just I don't know, man. Like, it was just so many questions for this offense, man. I don't know. Like, I just don't know. Dabs 23 snag. Next matchup is the Kansas City Chiefs. But
thank you for joining, Snag. I appreciate your support. We both do.
But it's just, dude, it's just this team right now, man. Like, we have put up 111 points offensively in the first 3 games, and we are 1-2. Just let that sink in. We are the first team in NFL history. I just read this stat before we got on this live stream. We are first team. Why are we always on the wrong side of history? I'm really getting tired of this. We are the first team in NFL history to score 110 plus points in the first 3 games and be 1-2. Like, come on, man. Like, we this team, bro. I'm so done. I'm so off this team.
I think before we move on, I know that we're going to talk about the defense and the nightmare performance and the whatever. They gave this team multiple chances to go down the field and take the lead or tie the game late in the fourth quarter. And what did they do? They got nothing. One first drive, fumble, first run. Second drive, 4 and out. I mean, I know this offense just does not finish games. They don't. And I know we thought they turned a corner. They did better against that Browns defense, but apparently the Detroit defense just much better coach, much better game plan. And
I'm officially concerned now about Derrick Henry's ball security. Like I'm officially.
Yeah, I meant to talk about that. Thanks for bringing that up.
Because there is 3 fumbles in the first 3 games. He's averaging 1 fumble per game right now.
That's bad.
Thank the Lord, we recovered it in week 2. But the fumble in week 1, a backbreaker to help us lose that game against the Bills. And then a fumble in week 3 to help us lose this game against the Detroit Lions, where we're only down 4 when we're trying to march down the field to put something together. Not saying that I don't even know if he would have won the game if we would have scored right there. I don't know. But Henry, we gotta focus on the ball security, man. I have watched you play for years now. Years. I've never seen you cough the ball up this much. It's becoming concerning now. Like, at first, I let the first 2 slide because I was like, okay, there's no way this becomes normal for him. He will bounce back. 3rd time, fool me 1 time, shame on me. Fool me twice. Fool me 3 times. Come on, man. Come on. Like, it's bad. Like, Henry, you got to focus on the ball security, man, because that's 2 fumbles that quite literally have put us in terrible positioning in these games. That fumble helped Buffalo get back into the game tremendously. The fumble today quite literally cost us a chance to come back. Like it's bad, man. Like Henry has got to also look himself in the mirror. I can't believe I'm saying that about a premier back in this league, but he knows that he has to hold on to the football. He has to. Like it's just inexcusable at this point. Like he's tough. Like we've seen him tug the rock. One of the toughest ball carriers in the league. And he's been stripped like 3 times in the first 3 weeks. Like, come on, man. Like it's and of course,
I don't know.
Of course, when he's on the Ravens, when he plays for the Ravens, that's when he starts fumbling this much. Get the heck out of here, man. Oh my god.
It always seems our luck when they come to us. They just develop these terrible habits.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm a little concerned about Henry, and I don't know. Are we losing? No, because we stopped using him before that. I don't know. I really don't know what the game plan was coming out in the third quarter. I see the original game plan was to run the ball and be balanced, and then I don't know what Monken was doing. I really do not. How do you run so well in the first quarter and then you just get away from it? I don't know, man. I'm concerned about this. Was a bad game from every aspect, almost
every aspect. And don't get me started on Tyler Loop. Tyler Loop has done 4 illegal kicks in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty
4.
bad.
Isn't that also a little bit concerning?
Well,
he's had 4 kicks.
I don't feel like that's too much of a fix. I think at the end of the day, he can just boom it out of bounds or boom it out of the end zone.
But I'm saying, man, like you also cost field position with that.
Yeah.
That's also what I'm saying. Like you put them in better position with those illegal kicks. Like, come on, man. Like what is this team doing?
I think coaching in this game was really bad as well.
And that's the problem.
We've got to talk about that a little bit. I know
that's the problem.
Defensively, offensively. My question, you bring in DeAndre Hopkins. You put him in and he gets the ball thrown 2 times in a row. One, 20-yard gain, or maybe it was 13-yard gain on the sideline.
It was a 13-yard gain.
Then you throw it to the end zone. He gets a pass interference call. And then you score. Where the heck was he at the end of the game? They did. Okay, my bad. They did bring him in, but they didn't throw it to him. They threw an out route to Zay Flowers. I mean, if they're going to call cover 1 the whole game, why are you not just lobbing it up to this man? And I understand you're trying to save him and not use him all the time, but you need to use him a little. I need to see how many snaps this DeAndre Hopkins got. He finished with 1 catch. 1 catch for 13 yards on 2 targets.
2 targets.
That's unacceptable. I need to see more from him. I do. And I'm not saying we need to throw him the ball 10 times a game. I'm saying you need to throw him maybe in 5 times, 4 times, 6 times. I mean, you saw what happened when we got him the ball. I mean, this dude has been a jump ball masterclass person for our team the past couple of weeks. Why are you not using him in the red zone? I just don't understand. I don't get it. You put him on the field and you don't throw it to him. It worked for you the first time, literally 40 minutes ago when you scored a touchdown in the second quarter. Like, what are we doing, Ravens?
They don't know.
Again, Monken, a terrible game plan, especially in the second half. I mean, and then I already talked about the Derrick Henry crap, but Lamar Jackson designed runs up the middle. Like, run the ball with Henry up the middle. Like, I just don't understand what we were thinking. I need to hear some post-game press conferences. I will do that, and I'll probably make some shorts or something maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. But I don't know. I don't know what we were doing tonight, man. It was like we were on one. But anyway, yeah, I think that's enough of offense. Let's talk about this Baltimore Ravens defense. And oh man, where do we start with this? I mean, first drive of the game, got dog walked right down the field. absolutely zero pressure on Goff, at least for the first half. I'll tell you what I saw.
No, it's the whole game.
Well,
they got
there
no
were
pressure all game.
There were a couple flashes, but
I'm not counting them.
The majority,
it was zero pressure all game.
And I will tell you what I mean. They came out of the gate stopping the run pretty well. Their first drive, they were passing the ball, and that's how they scored. And they did run it in, but the Ravens were on the run to start the game. And we're like, okay, now we just got to crank up the heat a little bit, and we'll be all right. It didn't get better. Then it started to go the opposite way. By the end of the second quarter, or towards the end, we were getting pressure on Goff a little bit more, but then we couldn't stop the run. I mean, there's just no complimentary football with this team either. I mean, that's another. Well, I'll talk about that more at the end. But when the pass rush was doing a little bit better, then the run defense was terrible. When the run defense was doing fine at the beginning of the game, the pass defense was getting torched. I mean, I don't know, man. I really do not know. This was a rough game. Let me go ahead and shift the stats down to the defensive side of things for the Ravens. Some Lions offensive stats. 20 for 28 for Goff, very efficient on one touchdown, no picks. He didn't look at that sack number, 0 times. That's pretty bad. David Montgomery, 12 carries for 151, averaging 12 yards a carry and 2 scores. Jahmyr Gibbs, not as effective, but still effective nonetheless, 22 for 67 and 2 scores. Yikes. Amon-Ra led the team, 77 yards on 7 catches. Jamison Williams, 2 for 43. Laporta was getting involved too, 4 for 33. I mean, just an all-around efficient game for the offense for the Lions. 200 yards passing and 224 yards rushing. I mean, that's about as good as you can get in the balance game for your offense. So, I mean, they executed it well. But this run defense, man, yikes, and triple yikes. It was terrible. I mean, we were getting gashed. And when I say gashed, usually it's like 5, 6, 7 yards a carry. It was freaking 10 to 15 yards a carry. That's how bad it was. Coming out of halftime, we went down and scored. They got the ball, 11, 12-yard gains per run. I mean, what Baltimore Ravens defense have you seen get cooked like that in the run game? I don't know. It was just tough to watch. There were and somebody in front of me at the game was saying this, and I thought it was hilarious. When your DBs are making the tackles in the run game every play, you know you have a big problem. Linebackers, defensive linemen, not getting a single hand on them. Broderick Washington, I don't know what's going on with him. He is playing really bad, poor football for the Ravens. John Jenkins, bad game. Got no push. There was no push up front at all. Mike Green had a couple flashes, but again, there's no consistency. Owe, invisible. David Ajabo, invisible. This was a game where I said this was a chance to see what we got. And if we're basing it on this performance alone, we don't got shit. I don't know what else to say. I have to say it on depth for the D-line, but I don't know. But again, you know, as bad as they played defensively, they did give the offense chances at the end. So you got to give them a skosh of credit, if that. But it just seemed like going back to the complimentary football thing, when the offense was rolling, the defense was getting gashed. When the defense was forcing punts, the offense couldn't score. I mean, there was just no chemistry this evening. I felt like everybody was doing their own thing. The corners were doing their own thing. The wide receivers were doing their own thing. The quarterback was doing his own thing. I mean, we got to play as a team here, right? I don't know. What did you see on defense?
Nothing. I didn't see anything on defense, and that's pretty much been the concern since last year. I'm so tired. I'm not giving them a skosh of credit. I'm tired of giving them skoshes of credit. I'm not taking any moral victories here. I'm tired of it. Why is the defense still bad? Why? We gave them an off season. We brought in Chuck Pagano. We signed Jair. We draft Mike Green. We draft Malachi Starks. We're picking up people who's supposed to be helping this defense, and we are still bad. And I don't want to hear anything about Matabike not being there. I don't want to hear anything about Van Noy not being there, because when they were there, the pass rush still was not good. It was not good. Week 1, we got 1 sack on Josh Allen in week 1. 1. He had all day. We spoke on the Browns game, how we played really well defensively against the Cleveland Browns. Freaking Joe Flacco was able to run for a first down on that defensive line. Joe Flacco, 40 plus years old, was able to run for a first down. Jared Goff had all day to throw, was able to maneuver the pocket, and didn't get sacked one time. One time he did not get sacked tonight. We weren't able to rattle him at all. He was comfortable in the pocket. And then the run game was working so well, the running backs were able to take the pressure off Goff, so we couldn't force any mistakes. Like, it's inexcusable. Like, when do we start to look at everybody from top to bottom? I'm not even just talking about just players anymore. I'm talking about coaching too. When do we look at Zach Orr? When do we look at these linebacker coaches? When do we look at the secondary coaches? Like, when do we start to look these guys in the mirror? It's becoming inexcusable, man. I can't keep making excuses for these guys. The defense is still not good. They're still not playing up to standard. And even with the injuries, I'm not even going to use the injuries as an excuse. Because when we had the guys that are injured right now, we still were not getting to the quarterback. It is inexcusable for this defense to still not be good when you had a whole offseason, you had a whole free agency, you had a whole draft to address the things you needed to address. You had the guys to hire that you should have hired to try to make things better, and it is still not good. Marlon Humphrey addressed the media. He didn't address the media, but the media talked to Marlon Humphrey in the locker room after this game. They asked him, how do you assess this defense after 3 games? You know what he said? He could barely even say anything. He said the defense just is not good. From him, he said it, you can quote him. He said, we're just not that good. And dang it, Marlo, I believe you, because you are not that good right now defensively. Like, it's inexcusable. Like, you can't keep making stuff up for this team. You can't. We go to Kansas City next week and we play like we played tonight. Mahomes is dotting us up for 575, 10 touchdowns. It's inexcusable, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm tired of coming on this stream. I'm tired of recording these videos and saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. I'm tired of saying, oh, we need to work on the trenches. Oh, the trenches need to play better. Well, we saw that last year. We saw it last year. You and me, we've talked about it time and time again. We've said it. We said the trenches need work. We need to build the trenches on both sides of the ball. Look what the Eagles did to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Let's try to build these trenches and get our guys in position to win games. And we are still not good enough. It's just bad, man. Like, they ran for 220 plus on you.
Is that the largest amount in
years?
It's
the most yards given up in the John Harbaugh era rushing, I believe. That's what the commentator said. Like, that's not, like, come on, man. Like, I know, and it's a testament to just how good the Lions offensive line is. It's a testament to just how good Montgomery and Gibbs is, and my hat is off to them because they played a heck of a game tonight. Both of them had 2 touchdowns each. Average over 6 yards per carry, both of them. Like, man, we just aren't good. I'm sorry. This defense is not winning anything. And if anybody is watching this video thinking that this defense is going to turn, I'm not waiting until week 11 for this defense to turn around again. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not waiting, because we waited last year for the defense to turn around. It did, and we still lost. So I'm not waiting for this defense to turn around. You either are going to make changes now, or this team is going to suffer the same fate it has for the past 6-7 years, and that's a playoff exit. if we even make the playoffs, because right now I'm off this team. I am.
Changes. What kind?
All of them. If you need to bench somebody, bench them. You need to take play calling from Orr, take it. You need to give somebody else the defensive reins and make some change. Do it.
I don't know.
You need to make a move. You need to make a trade. You need to go get somebody. Do it. I'm tired of playing it safe right now because at this point, this team is not competing. This is not a Super Bowl contender. This is barely a playoff contender right now. I'm sorry. Because if you can't get stops when you need to get stops, you are not a contending team. And I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry for Ravens fans who think I'm being too overdramatic or I'm being too negative, but they need to hear this. This team is not good right now. All right. And they need to look themselves in the mirror right now and make some changes. Nothing is going to change, of course. It's going to be the same thing. They're going to try to change it around and later in the year get some good wins, and then everybody's going to try to be back on the bandwagon again. I'm not falling for it this year. I'm not. Until I see some changes, until I see some dramatic movement on this team, I'm off this team because they are not contenders. They are not a Super Bowl team right now. I'm sorry. I'm awful. It's just what it is.
So it's over.
It's over. We're not winning
wow.
this. I'm saying it right here, and people can think I'm over dramatic. I don't care. We're not winning anything the way this team is playing as a whole right now. We're not.
100% agree. I still think they're going to turn things around. They have to. I think this is like a rock bottom for this
Question for you. If they turn things around, do you still even trust them?
Trust them to do what? Win the Super Bowl?
To make a push. Do you trust them?
Well, here's another thing. I mean, no, not at the moment. I mean, but again, you got to. But again, it's September. We got to reevaluate where we stand in December. Here's my thing. I want to talk about this at the end. I have one more point on the game, but since we're here now, I guess we'll have this conversation. There's not a lot of good teams out there right now. A lot of people have flaws, like big flaws. So I know Buffalo's 3-0, and they look pretty good. I guess they're the best. But, Miami gave them a run for their money, and we should have beat them. But I don't think there's anyone out there, like a cluster of people cluster of teams, rather, that would really kind of put them up at the top away from the rest of the league, at a class of the NFL. Philadelphia, 3-0, but they have shown a lot of, vulnerabilities. I know they did win, but I don't know, man. I think it's early, and if we can get things turned around, I think we're still in a decent position to try to get back up there just because of what other teams are doing as well. Nobody's really dominating right now. Kansas City, they're 1-2. They're just as good as us, record-wise. So, Bengals, no Joe Burrow. Pittsburgh, they're slopping their way through wins. Nobody really stands out to me in the AFC. Denver's 1-2. Chargers, they're 3-0, but they also look vulnerable. They're barely getting by. So, I don't know. That's how I feel right now. I think I'm not ready to – Dom's ready to crash the party bus. I'm not. Not yet. Now, are the playoff Ravens going to come back if we make it that far? We'll see, but that's a conversation for another time, probably. But right now, I'm not done yet. I'm not finished. It's too early for that.
I'm sorry. I'm finished. I'm done. I'm off this team. They have shown me nothing. They haven't shown me anything. I don't care that the offense is putting up good points. Until you can play consistent complementary football, to me, I'm off this team. Because they have just shown, I understand no team looks like a gladiator right now. I perfectly understand that. But in some of these games, you've seen both sides of the ball show up when they need to. In that Eagles game, when they were down 26-7, and it looks like the Rams were going to run away with it, not only did the offense show up, the defense showed up. Multiple stops to get the Eagles back in the game. I trust the Chiefs to turn it around right now at 1-2 more than I trust the Ravens to turn it around at 1-2 right now. because they haven't shown me a damn thing.
Well, but beating the Giants 22-9, they showed you more.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I trust them to turn it around more than I trust the Ravens to turn it around more, because they actually have a defense that can actually compete and get stops. They have the defensive line to get to the quarterback. They have the schemes to blitz the quarterback and throw a quarterback off his rhythm. We don't have that. I have not seen this team play consistent, complementary football. You touched on it earlier. They have not put on consistent performances on both sides of the ball. They haven't. They have not. Because either the defense is getting multiple stops and the offense is being terrible, or the offense is playing great and the defense couldn't stop a cold with NyQuil. My thing is, man, I'm just done. I'm sorry. I'm off this team. I cannot continue to root for this team if they are consistently not looking themselves in the mirror and holding somebody. I'm sorry. If I go to work, me and you go to work. We have jobs, right? We both have jobs. We both have jobs to do. If we go to work and we're not performing to our peak standards and we're not doing what we're supposed to do, our bosses are going to call us into the office and say, what are you doing? What is the problem? Why are you not? Are we doing that with the coaches? Are we holding the coach? Like, are we talking to Zach Orr and saying, Orr, we're the worst defense. We're one of the worst defenses in the league for a second year in a row to start the season. What is going on?
I think you do got to put that into consideration.
You have to put that
especially if we're sitting at the midway point of the year and we're still having these conversations.
We are top 5 in points allowed, Gonz.
Yeah.
Top 5. I think we're number 1. Yeah, we're tied for 1. Like, come on. When do we hold these coaches accountable? When do we hold Harbaugh accountable for some of the decisions that have been made?
I think some of the decisions tonight were just we already talked about Hopkins on offense. I think you need to you got to bring up the D-line.
Like, come on, man.
If you have your guys, Roderick Washington and John Jenkins, and you're getting gashed 10 yards a carry, and it's clearly not getting any better, why do you keep sending them back into the game? I just don't. Do you reward people for not playing well? I mean, maybe they just – I don't know, but maybe they're – I'm not really blaming the player. Okay, they're sucking. I get it, but why do you continue to throw them out into the fire if they're not performing up to par? I mean, at that point, it's not the player's fault anymore. It's the coaches.
You have to.
Why aren't you using Aeneas Peebles? That was a guy I was trying to keep an eye on going into this game. Even Harbaugh said he wanted to use him, and they didn't use him. I really I can't wait to look at the Ravens player snap count, because I can guarantee you Peebles was in for a fraction of the snaps that John Jenkins and the other guy, Broderick Washington, were in. And even Travis Jones, I felt like wasn't in that consistently either. Maybe something was going on with him in the second half. But he had some nice plays and flashes. But I don't know why you don't use Peebles. You drafted this guy. You had high hopes for him. And you're just not using him. Like, it's just as simple as that. I don't know.
It's just
Brent Urban, terrible game from him as well. I mean, the middle of the line was just god-awful. As we got a comment, Garuda says, I apologize if I say that wrong, this pass rush stinks. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been talking about. You hit it on the
nose. The thing is, with the
interior, exterior, it's all bad. It's all bad.
Defense, everyone has to look themselves in the mirror. Everybody. And I'm talking about from coaching to the players to assistants to I don't care. You have to look, because there's no way you can excuse a defense that was not good last year to start the year. You had an offseason. You acquired guys. You pick up Chuck Pagano. You try to bring in people to help this defense play better, and it's still not good. It's still not good. When do you hold somebody accountable? When do we start calling people into the office and saying, okay, we need to see some improvements today?
Well, they're not getting rid of Harbaugh.
And that's the problem. There will never be
change. You think Harbaugh being fired will solve everything?
I don't know what will solve anything at this point. But I'm saying that there needs to be changes right now to this team. And if the defensive play calling needs to be taken from Orr in order to see some success, do it. If it gets to the point where there needs to be a trade to happen to acquire someone to help this team, do it. So because you're not winning anything with this defense. You're not.
I think it should be said that I don't think the schematic play calling was too bad on the defensive side. They were just
fully say that.
They were just physically.
There were questionable calls on the defense, I will say.
I think so. I mean, but they did what we were expecting them to do. They were trying to rush for and get pressure, and they just weren't getting it. I think that's how you play the Lions. I feel like, look, things were not wide open. I mean, okay, they were in the beginning.
Some things were wide open.
But there were some plays where the pass rush or where it was not just an easy wide open throw that Goff could just lollygag and throw it and it'll be caught. Like there were some precision throws that you could only make if you're not pressured. And Goff was doing them all night long, especially in the third and fourth quarter. So I don't know. What did you not like about the play calling on defense? I felt like the offensive play calling was like way worse than the defensive. I just feel like they got dog walked on defense, honestly.
Both were questionable. But at the same time, I'm saying, like, dude, there was times where Mike Green was in pass coverage.
Oh, I remember that. I was raging so hard in the stands. I remember that.
Newsflash.
Yeah.
That's not a good decision.
That's
I don't know what Orr was thinking in that. Like, no, just no. Okay, he needs to be rushing the passer, and we were barely getting pressure there, but he needs to be rushing the passer. That's one.
There was also one with Nate Wiggins blitzing off the edge in a 4-man rush. So he was the fourth person. I agree. Okay, there were some suspect calls.
There were some schematically weird calls on the defense.
You're right.
Schematically, there were weird calls on both sides, but you have to look at both sides because it was just not great play calling for both on some occasions. Offense tried its best, but dang, the defense was just hot garbage. They were hot garbage. Like, it's just, there's no other way to explain it.
So you're blaming the defense for the loss mainly.
I'm putting majority of it on the defense, but I'm not saying the offense is escaping blame.
Again, you know what I feel? I feel it's like 55-45, honestly, because, and I'll give the 55.
I would say about maybe 6. I would say 65-35 because the offense was still technically keeping you in the game for majority of that game.
Well, you could also make the argument that the defense was keeping you in the game in the fourth quarter when you were farting around on offense, fumbling the ball, not running the ball, screwing around in the red zone, and then you get the ball back down 7, 31-24, and you just lollygag it away. 4th and 12. I mean, I don't know. It was bad. The complimentary football was at a negative.
Listen, man, I said it earlier, and I said it again. This team sucks. And I'm off it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing any more victories. I'm not giving anybody any more Scotias of credit. I'm not sitting here giving moral victory trophies for doing their jobs. No.
Oh, nobody gets moral victories. No.
This team sucks. This team is not good and is not winning anything until changes are made. And until changes are made, we can expect the same results we've been seeing for the past couple of years. We will be competitive, we will get to the playoffs, and we will lose. It is that simple, even if we make it this year, because you got to realize these games are going to matter. If we lose to Kansas City on Sunday, we are 1-2. We are 1-2 in the AFC as far as seeding is concerned. Because if you're trying to play for seeding, you already lost the tiebreaker with Buffalo. So that's out of the question now. So if Buffalo go ahead and cruises the rest of this year, you could kiss anything 1 seed related goodbye. So if you go into Kansas City and you lose in Kansas City, that is a loss to 2 top contending teams in the AFC who you have to try to get past to get to the Super Bowl. Like, it's over. Like, if you lose to Kansas City next weekend, Season's done. I'm sorry.
Really?
It's over. Like I'm not. There's no reason to do anything because you lose to the top 2 teams, and you couldn't even beat a top team in the NFC.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. Dom's done. Dom thinks the season's over because I have us losing to the Chiefs. I had us losing to the Chiefs. I don't feel like. I mean, yeah, maybe they'll get some extra motivation because they lost and they need to get a victory. But
how much motivation? Gonz, question for you. How much motivation do you need?
I don't know.
How much motivation do you need? How much? What else is not getting you up out of bed, getting you ready to play these games to go get a win? How much motivation do you need?
I think that this game will serve as that wake up call, big time.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. Why do we need this many wake up calls? Why?
Well, I don't think we've gotten dog walk like this in a long time. So this is a little alarming. This should be alarming for
Week
everybody.
1 was alarming.
No, but we lose like that all the time, and
that's still not alarming. That's still alarming.
You know how the Ravens are; they just sweep that crap under the rug. But getting beat by this in this fashion, where they actually lose the game, they didn't just give it to them; they actually lose. That is a little. I'm hoping that causes some uproar in the meeting room this week because
the uproar should have been happened.
They always get we're used to the Ravens are used to giving the games away, and it's water in the bridge for Harbaugh and them because there's always some excuse where they played well, blah 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 blah. But this one is bad. This one you got destroyed. I don't care what the score said. You gave up 224 rushing yards. That's unacceptable, and I think that'll provide a little bit more incentive. But we'll see. It'll be interesting next week when we see what happens with this squad. It's a short week, too. This is Monday Night Football, so they get one less day of prep. So it's not a super quick turnaround, but a quicker turnaround than your standard week-to-week stints. But anyway, I think we covered everything. So Dom's off the record. Dom's finished. I'm not done yet.
I'm done.
But I think even if they start 1-3, I still think they're alive.
I don't. This team sucks.
So I'm sorry. Okay.
This team.
So if we lose to the Chiefs, the season's over. Is that what you're saying?
The team is done.
So if we win against the Chiefs, the season's not over.
I still don't have faith in them, even if they beat the Chiefs. I don't.
What if we beat them 42-0, and this is the wake up call we needed?
Good for them.
Wow.
Good for them.
Don't act like you wouldn't be happy.
No, because they can do that, but again, can they consistently do that?
Well, that would be a milestone because they never beat Kansas City.
They are 0-3 in Kansas City. They are 0-3. This is why you needed this win. You needed this win. You needed to go to Kansas City 2-1. You needed it badly.
Well, you needed that Buffalo. That Buffalo.
And you needed Buffalo too. But I'm saying for this instance tonight, you needed to beat Detroit because you have to go into Kansas City 2-1. But no, you dropped this one, and now you have to pray that you can go into Kansas City and beat a team that's also desperate because the Chargers are 3-0. So they're going to try to bounce back to go chase the Chargers now. Like, come on, bro. Like, this team sucks. It does. This team is bad. I don't know what's keeping you so confident.
I'm not confident. I never said I'm just not ready to give up yet. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl.
Until I see drastic changes, until I see mentality shifts, this team, I'm off it. This defense is not good. This offense has to be superhuman in order to win games. That's not good football.
The O-line needs to be reworked. I don't know. They gotta have. If you can't trust your O-line to run up the middle in the second half of a game, so you just call toss plays the whole time or quarterback draws, it says a lot about your trust. And if you don't trust them, that's an issue, big issue.
This team isn't good. This team is not good. They are going to have to try to pray they get a win in Kansas City. They're going to have to stop a Patrick Mahomes that's been rushing all over teams for the past 3 weeks. And we couldn't stop a freaking Joe Flacco from running for a first down. What is Patrick Mahomes going to do against this defensive line? Get the heck out of here, man. This team's done. I'm done. This team sucks, bro.
Wow.
What are we going to do against Patrick Mahomes with that defensive line? What are we going to do? He's going to have 900 rushing yards against this defensive line.
Deactivate? Well, no, I don't.
This Sunday, I'm sorry. Like, get the heck.
I don't really feel like this game is much on the secondary either. I thought the secondary was not terrible. It's just the linebackers, the D line. They couldn't get anything done up there in the trenches.
None of these teams that we're going to be facing are going to be scared of us at all. They might be happy that they have us on the schedule. They just might be like, oh shoot, Baltimore, free win.
Oh, I don't think of that.
Nobody. They can't stop a damn soul. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is ridiculous.
Do I think you might be overreacting a little?
I'm not.
Maybe?
I don't feel like I am.
Because listen, if this was November, sure, but they've got and listen, this was the most brutal stretch of the year. They can pick up steam, and I know they can beat Buffalo. They really can. They could. It's the Chiefs that I don't know if we can beat. I know we can beat Buffalo. We've done it before, and we should have. Anyway, that's a different topic, but. You just got to make it to the dance. And sure, they're starting out rough. They're 1-2. They were 1-2 last year. And you could make the argument they should have started 2-3 last year, but they beat the Bengals in a thriller. So here we might be sitting at 1-3 next week. But again, they're going to have a chance. I think you got Lamar Jackson. You always have a shot. You know what they say. But anyway, I know Dom's probably annoyed, and
I'm just glad
I'm not confident, but I'm not giving up. Do you see what I'm saying?
You have some faith. I'm happy
I have a little bit of faith. That's a good bit.
You have some faith because I have. Guess how much I have?
I know you're done. But
0. I'm done.
Don't jump back on the bandwagon when we blow the Chiefs out next week.
Hey, listen, good for them if they do it. Shout out to them. Kudos.
All right. Well, when we win the Super Bowl this year, you're not allowed to celebrate.
All right, that's fine. That's cool. Because in order to win the Super Bowl, they're going to have to take my advice in order to do it. And they're not going to do it. So it doesn't matter anyway. So,
all right. Well,
they're not winning anything unless they take the advice that is given. And they aren't. So it's over.
Well, we'll see where we stand. Chiefs next week. Brutal loss on Monday Night Football. It just was, wow. We haven't gotten dog walk like this at our house in a long time. But that's all right. I think there's still a shot. I mean, we're sitting at 1-2. You can right the wrongs next week. So use this as a wake-up call. You got a lot of football games left. This is only 3. You have 14 more games to get yourself together. So yeah, we'll see how the Ravens bounce back from this. But anyway, thanks for joining us. We had a couple people in the comment. Fear me, comma. He said, how did that front look? Man, which one? Both? They both were hot garbage. Yeah, we just got finished talking with that a couple minutes ago. I mean, D-line got dog-walked. O-line got pushed around. 7 sacks for Lamar. Tough game. And then, giving up 200 yards rushing at your own home is unacceptable. But yeah, all right. Well, I think we got all our comments out. I think we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. We appreciate you guys stopping by this evening. I know it's late. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm about to make my way to sleep very shortly. And it's going to be a long 6 days until we have to watch this team again on Sunday. I know Dom can't wait for that one. But yeah, thanks again for stopping by. Dom, you have any last comments? I think you've gotten everything out, honestly.
Yeah, this team sucks. Shout out to the Ravens for picking top 15 for the first time in many, many years.
Oh, okay, good. Top 15, not top 5. All right, good.
Yeah, I almost said top 5, but we'll move it to top 15. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're not contenders, guys. They're not contenders right now. I know people want to look at the offense and say that there are contenders. You need complement. You need both sides of the ball. All phases of the ball have to be good and execute at a high rate consistently in order to contend for a Super Bowl. And this team has not shown that all 3 phases of the ball can contend at a high rate consistently. They have not shown that. So they have lost me and my faith until some changes are made. So for right now, I'm declaring it right now. For my standards, the Ravens are not Super Bowl contenders. I said it. So
there's a statement for the people in the back.
Change my mind. Go for it. Shout out to you. But unless they take my advice and make the necessary changes that they need to make in order to be successful, it will be rinse, lather, repeat from last year. That's just what's going to happen, because it's literally looking like rinse, lather, repeat from last year. That's it.
Yeah. We got a nice comment for the Browns back here, too, so we'll read that. One of the Browns fans going to stop kissing Flacco and tell him to take a hike. He sucks now. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if they're going to get him to take a hike yet, because they did get that win against the Packers on Sunday. But, yeah, I agree. He has not looked the same. I know he had that – they called it, Flacco fever in 2023, where he was going insane. I don't think now. I think that I'm not sure if he'll be the starting quarterback when the Ravens play him again November 16th. So we'll see. We will see. But I appreciate all the interactions with you guys. Thanks for stopping by. We had a nice little chat this evening. People leaving some comments. Feel free to do that as well. Even when we're not live, you can hit us up on Instagram. You can hit us up. You leave comments on YouTube videos or anything. And we'll be happy to respond. So thanks again for all the support, and please leave a like and a subscription if you enjoyed as well, so you can come back and chill with us in the future. We'd definitely love to have you. But anyway, thanks again for spending some time with us this late night. Well, technically it's Tuesday morning now, as it's 1:30 in the morning for us in this, I would say, post-game live show. This was more of a therapy session for Dom over there and myself. So what I'm saying is we appreciate it nonetheless. One quick announcement before I do go ahead and wrap this up. We are now eclipsed 50 subscribers, and we are at 51 subscribers now. So shout out to all of you for making that happen. This is all you. We appreciate all of the support. So thank you once again. Okay, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep pumping out content for you 3 days a week, and we're excited to continue that and become more of a consistent channel here on YouTube. Yeah, so thanks again for that. We'll be back very soon in a few days for our Week 4 NFL picks. I know we got a lot to break down for our Week 3 picks as well, because there was a lot of things to go into. I think I may have had the better record over him. So we'll have to make those counts, and we'll talk about that in a few days. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and sign out. I'm Gonz. That's Dom. Ravens lose a tough one on Monday night. But, September, 14 games to go. We'll see how we bounce back. All right. You guys have a great evening, and we will see you very soon for Week 4 picks. Have a great night. And for me, it's still go Ravens.
Not for me. F these guys.
Wow.